and that's why it's still called today Chanel No. 5. So her contributions have been significant in the fact that she was the first fashion designer to attach a perfume to her clothing label.
How popular is the Chanel range of cosmetics?
Well, here in David Jones and worldwide, Chanel perfumery is very, very significant within the cosmetics industry. Consistently, Chanel perfume has been #1, both here in David Jones and internationally. So it's been very significant, and it continues to be very significant.
What is the most popular Coco Chanel perfume?
Chanel No. 5 was released in 1921, and ever since that time has been the most popular one within the Chanel range, and it remains to be #1 to this day.
Chanel No. 5, when people make perfumes, they make them in terms of the perfume must have a top note, a middle note and a base note. The top note is the note that as soon as you spray it on is the overpowering note of the fragrance. Then you go to the middle note, which is the heart of the fragrance, which actually acts as it's like the combination of all the ingredients settle on your skin, and that's the one which lasts during the day. And then you have the base note, and the base note is the note of the fragrance, which ties them all in together and keeps them all together for the consistency of the perfume. When Chanel put together a new fragrance, they have what they call a master perfumer in their Chanel house, and he's the man who acts as what they call the nose. And that's him there, that's the photo of him now there. His name's Jacques Paul, and he's been with Chanel for years, and what he does is he combines all the ingredients for the fragrances, and then once they've been combined and made into a fragrance that has been approved by the company as a lovely perfume, then what they'll do next is they'll associate a trademark with that perfume, and that's where Coco Chanel comes into it. She acts as the trademark of the company. She was actually Chanel's daughter, so she was the trademark of that particular perfume. The other thing that's classic to Chanel and their house, which represents their fashion and their perfume, is that they use very simple classic cuts, and they've never changed their bottle design in the whole time it's been released. That's right. Because they've never changed the style of the bottle, because they feel that it's a very classic line which will never outdate. And so that's why it's been so popular too, because over the years, the many decades that have gone by, that it's never outdated, and it never will outdate because it's such a classic looking bottle.
So why do you think Chanel 5 perfume was the most famous?
Why is it the most famous? Firstly, because Chanel is such a huge cosmetic and fashion house, and their clothes and their perfumes have always been considered so exclusive and at such a high price point that not everybody can afford to buy Chanel. So Chanel is seen as a designer fragrance and a international fragrance, it has a reputation of distinction and dignity.
What immediately springs into your mind when you think of French fashion?
Well, for me personally, when I think of French fashion and associated with Chanel, Chanel's line of fashion is very simple cut, and their basic colour is black. Chanel attaches itself to the colour black. So when they promote their clothes, they have simple lines. Black is the prominent colour in their clothing, and they use simple accessories. For instance, they would only have one lady wear one belt, not a whole lot of gloves and scarves as well. Just a belt would be the Chanel way of dressing.
Do you think Coco Chanel made a better fashion designer or a better cosmetics trademark?
Well, I think Coco Chanel was a brilliant in her fashion field, but I think her true significance is with the fragrance, because she's renowned for the fragrance. And whenever you see the CC emblem on the Chanel products, that stands for Coco Chanel. Her real name is actually Gabriella Chanel, and her father named her Coco as a nickname. But her significance truly lies in the fragrance and in the fragrance named after her, because that is here forever now, and something that she's pass on to generations
That's
of
right.
people.
Although Coco Chanel has actually only been around for the past 10 years,
Yeah.
so it was actually put out on the market after she passed away.
Yes.
So she puts her nickname on all her brands.
Everything that is Chanel has the CC emblem, which stands for her, Coco Chanel.
Yeah.
But she actually, her father was the great fashion designer, and she was actually the trademark of the company. She acted as the trademark of the company.
Do you think Coco Chanel's death was a sad loss to the cosmetics and fashion world?
I believe it was a sad loss. However, because she was so significant within her industry that she worked in, her name is still carried on, and she has plenty of people to put forward her message and sell her products.
Thank you very much, Melissa, and thank you very much, Lisa, for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
We'd like to thank some of the people who helped us make this production. We'd like to thank Melissa Hutchinson and Lisa Hung from David Jones in the Elizabeth Street branch. They're consultants there for the cosmetic section. We'd like to thank them for all their help with the interview that we did on the video. They were a great help, and they knew a lot about Coco Chanel and the French fashion industry, and so we'd like to thank them personally. We'd also like to thank all the library staff at the Scots College for their help with the editing and also finding some of the information for our project, and for the Chanel Boutique for supplying a lot of the information for our project. We'd also like to thank the 10 Network for supplying the catwalk news footage from 10 News, and also the Models Inc. Video clip that we used at the beginning of the video. We'd also like to thank National 9 News for the additional catwalk footage. And now we're going to show you some of the mistakes that we did make while filming it. Of course, everyone does make mistakes, and we did make quite a few. So here's some of the hiccups that we did make. Was that right? Oh, cut.
Hello, I am Melissa. Cut. Oh, reporting to your mark.
We still our range, and it remains to be number one to this day.
And
Chanel, Chanel number 5. When people plastic looking bottles.
because like if you're talking, I go no, like pretty strong. Okay. Napoleon.
I turn around and look at the
Napoleon. French food.
All right.
Yeah. Contribution says Coco Chanel made to the fashion, cosmetics, and industry. Sorry. How popular is? Start again. Okay. If you don't like it, just say cut. What immediately springs to your? Sorry. Start again. On Price is Right. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay, action.
What is the most popular Coco Chanel?
I didn't have the. Sorry. It's okay.
So, ready? Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da da. Okay. In the cosmetics industry. Sorry, I know. Sorry. Okay, stop saying action. Coco Chanel made. Wrong question. Start again. Okay. Do you think Coco Chanel's death was a sad loss in cosmetics and fashion? Is Coco... Brown said.
And over in the far right-hand corner, we have the last of her fragrance that we keep.
Okay.
And that's called Christelle.
Christelle.
Oh no, actually, let's do that again. And the last Chanel fragrance which we have is called Christelle, which is over here.
Yes. Oh, Melissa, you're here. And
Turn it around.
Do you think it's okay? Another one.